a longer flow today, which I'm really excited about. I think I'm long overdue for one of these. There is a lot of construction going on in my neighborhood right now, and it's quite windy, so I'm going to do my best to project my voice and hopefully it comes through well. And thanks again for doing this Patreon, even though the quality is not top-notch compared to all the other workout platforms you could be using. So I appreciate you. Once again, just FYI, had to add that. Anyways, we'll get down on our backs to start. Alright, so feet into the mat, bent legs, arms down by your sides, and we're going to start with some articulated bridges to warm up the spine. So tuck that pelvis under, pull belly button back to spine, slowly lifting up to your bridge, to your shoulder blades here, squeezing the glutes, pelvic floor, and inner thighs at the top. Lifting those hips up as high as you can, pressing strong into your heels, and then slowly melting the spine back down to your mat, bone by bone. Really try to find length in your spine, nice and controlled, and release. And again, same thing, tuck that pelvis under, roll up. And then we melt that sternum down, and then your ribs, and then your low back, and lastly that pelvis untucks. And one more like that, nice and slow, warming up, connecting to our bodies. And length, length, length in the spine. Beautiful. And now we're just going to lift our hips up and then drop them to hover and press and lower. Lift and lower. So we're keeping a neutral spine now, no articulation through the spine. So we're pulling belly button back and activating the core, really squeezing those glutes and inner thighs and pelvic floor. Squeeze it all so tight at the top and lower. See if you can lift those hips a little higher. Press. 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to stay lifted. And then we're going to extend the left leg long, point those toes, lift it up and down. Let's add reaching your opposite arm up towards the sky. And then we'll add reaching that arm overhead as you extend that leg long. And then lift both limbs up, lower, extend, and reach up. Pressing really strong through that right heel. Right glute should be burning. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot and arm, lower the spine, hug the knees in. And feet back into the mat, rolling back up to your bridge. Right leg is long, point those toes, we lift and lower. And reach that left arm up. And then extend arm overhead as you lengthen that leg long. Pull both up and reach. Up and reach. This really helps you activate that core, along with that left glute burning. Keep lifting those hips up nice and high. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Lower the foot and arm, lower the spine. And let's take the left foot over the right leg and just hug that right leg in for a figure 4 stretch here. Just releasing some tightness in the glutes and low back. Rock back and forth a bit. And then drop the arms out wide and drop the legs to your right. Gaze to the left. Just twisting with this figure 4. Pulling back to center. We'll switch. Right foot over the left knee. Hug in that left leg. Rock it out. Whew. Glutes are tight today. And then arms out wide, drop the legs to the left, gaze to the right. And pulling back to center. You're going to grab the back of a shin and lengthen the other leg, curling up head, neck, and shoulders for scissors. We're going to go pulse, pulse, switch. So really try to pull that leg towards your chest to get that nice hamstring stretch at the top. Really remember to lift from your center here, not your neck. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. No break here. Legs, your hands switch back behind your head. And same thing with the legs. We're just going to add rotation. Nice and slow scissors. Elbow to opposite knee. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Lengthen those legs out long. Reach overhead. Just lengthen the whole body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale and big exhale. Let it all go. And keep your arms reaching overhead. Bringing those feet into the mat, bending the knees. And you're going to inhale and then exhale, lift that chest, scoop those arms around the sides to reach down by your legs, and then reach arms out wide, back overhead as you lower. So lifting up, chest lift, and reach down along your side, and out wide and back overhead. So just kind of playing around with some arm movement, that shoulder joint mobility as we keep working our core. Think about initiating the movement with your center. So the core turns on before you lift that head. So again, we're thinking about lifting from the center and not from that neck to avoid that straining feeling in your neck. Drawing those ribs down. Last 4. One more. We're going to hold it up and then reach side to side through your center. Keep that chest lifted. Shoulder blades should be up off the mat. Reach through those obliques for your ankles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Lower down. Let's just hug your right knee in and extend that left leg long. And draw that right knee out wide, just opening up your hips, stretching it out. And we switch. Hug that left knee in. And bring it out wide. And lengthen. All right, reaching back overhead. We're going to roll up to sit, initiating with the arms and then tucking chin to chest, rolling all the way up through the spine, coming up to sit tall And then just reaching forward, stretch it out, reaching for your toes. Stretching out those hamstrings. And then let's turn to come into our Z-sit for mermaid. Let's have your left shin in front and right shin is reaching back. So the right knee is internally rotated and the left knee and hip are externally rotated. And trying to anchor that right sit bone down, left hand to the mat, right arm goes up and over for a side bend. And switch the other way. Again, thinking about lengthening the body. And switch, side bend. Feels so good. One more time the other way. And then now come to square your hips off towards that front knee, that left knee. And hands are kind of framing that knee. So you're twisted now. You're letting that right hip and sit bone kind of come off the mat here. And you're just going to lift and lower that right foot as much as you can. It's kind of awkward, I know, but this really helps to release tension in your hips. It's a really good exercise if you spend a lot of your day sitting. It releases tension in the hips. I've noticed it really feels great after doing this when I stand up and go about my day. And you can kind of play with what feels comfortable, you know, whatever position you need to be in to find that mobility in the hip to lift that foot. You know, you can play with how much that leg is bent. So you don't want to feel like you're pinching, but we are working that outer hip, that glute med and hip range of motion here is really great. Let's do 3 more. Nice job. Coming up, let's just counter stretch one more time. All right, let's switch legs. So now right shin is in front, left shin reaching back, anchoring that left hip down and reaching up and over with the left arm. And counter stretch. And switch. And switch. Stretching the hips out at the beginning-ish of a workout is so helpful to get through the rest of the class. All right, squaring off towards that front knee now, and we lift and lower that back foot. I'm sure you'll notice a difference on this side compared to the other. You may have more or less range of motion. Think about really finding length in that spine, supporting yourself with your core here, pulling belly button in, just breathing. Last 4. Nice job, and we'll just counter stretch one more time. All right, hands to the mat. We're gonna press back to a downward dog. Pedal it out, stretch those calves. And lift that left leg leg nice and high, bend the knee, open it up. And step that foot through your hands, pressing strong through that front foot, lifting up to a high lunge. Drop that back heel, just reach overhead and stretch, opening up that right hip flexor. And coming to stand, we're gonna do lunge, squat, lunge, squat. So we're gonna alternate both sides of the legs for lunges. And you're just gonna do a normal squat. Legs are just about hip width distance apart. Hands can be in prayer or on your hips. So we're gonna squat, send one foot back, lunge, and then come back to center, squat, and switch, lunge. So we really want that back knee to tap the mat in that lunge. Lunge, squat, lunge. I have a feeling the booty is going to be sore tomorrow. A lot of butt stuff today. Quads are already feeling it. One more in each leg. Nice job. Rolling down, reaching for the mat. Stepping back to your downward dog. Lifting the right leg high now, bending the knee, opening it up. And step it through your hands. Again, pressing up nice and tall. All right, now we're gonna do arabesques to high knee. So we'll keep that right foot in front to start. I'm gonna do hands in prayer. You can do hips if you'd like. So you're lifting that left leg nice and high, shifting your torso forward, hinging here, and then standing tall. Bring that knee up nice and high, and send it back, arabesque, and bring it up. You're definitely going to want to focus your gaze on one location to find your balance here. Stay focused. Shifting back and forth, high knee to arabesque. Soft bend in that right leg. Really working on all the stabilizing muscles through the right glute down to the foot. Ankle stability, knee stability. And then finding length in the hip flexor of that left leg. Trying to keep your hips square forward so you're not opening up that hip when you're arabesquing. The next one, we're going to hold that leg back and pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Stand, shake it out. Whew. And we'll switch. Standing on the left leg now. Right leg goes back, arabesque. Bring that knee up, stand tall. Really use that right glute to lift that leg high and back as high as you can. Gosh, that construction is annoying. I really hope it doesn't come through this recording. Last two. The next one, we'll hold it back, pulse that leg up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. wide squat here. Lower all the way down. Bringing your elbows to your knees, just softly opening up those inner thighs, stretching it out here. And standing back up tall, we'll take the right foot in your hand for a quad stretch. Reaching left arm forward, hinging forward, balancing here. Really pressing that foot into your hand to get that quad stretch while we continue to challenge our balance and stability here. See if you can get that quad a little higher. And we lower and switch. Holding that left foot, reach right arm forward. Press that foot into your hand. Lift that quad up. Woo! I am shaking through my right leg. And come up to stand tall, shake it out. Coming back to the back of your mat. Rolling down, reaching for your mat, walking out to your down dog. Lift the left leg nice and high, step it through your hands, drop that back knee, untuck the toes, and reach that left arm back. Eve's like, who are you talking to? And back to the mat, step back to your down dog. And switch right leg high, bend the knee, open it up. Step it through, low lunge. Drop the knee, untuck the toes. No, thank you. And bring that knee back, coming into hands and knees, your quadruped. Just a little cat-cow. Drop the spine. And round the spine, pull belly button back. And then finding your neutral spine. We're going to draw knee into chest and bring it back nice and high. Pull it in, round the spine, send it back nice and high, point the toes. Round the spine, pull the core in and back. Use that left hip extensor muscles, those glutes, to lift that leg as high as you can. Press strong through your fingertips. Separate your shoulder blades. Last one. And now we switch. We're gonna go out wide and back, keeping a bent leg, bent leg. Let's add flexed foot. So flex it up and then out wide, fire hydrant. Press up, press out. Up and out for 4, 3, 2. Last one, flex it up to the sky and pulse it up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Lower that knee, stretch those arms out, and puppy pose. Drop that chest. Booty stays right above the knees here. Alright, coming back to those hands, switch to the right leg. Knee comes in, round that spine, send the leg nice and high, pull it in, and extend. Really lifting from the hamstring and glute. Get that leg a little higher for the last 3, 2, and 1. We go right into bent leg. Flex that foot out wide and back. Keep it bent, back and wide. Keep pulling belly in. Make sure you're not sinking into those shoulders. Press them down and away. Last 3, 2, last 1. We pulse that foot up to the sky. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Knees are wide. Press back, child's pose. And coming onto your right side, you're going to come on to your glute med more so than your hip. So you're not fully on your side, you're kind of more towards the back. And you're going to keep legs together. You're going to be propped up on that right forearm. Squeezing your heels together, really pulling, squeezing the pelvic floor and inner thighs here. We're going to lift those legs and lower. Reach that arm up to tap and lower. Find that sweet spot on the glute to balance. So you're slightly, you're certainly more so on your right glute. Your left glute should be floating here. So you're feeling a little bit more work on the left oblique to lift those legs. Woo, this is a really challenging one. We've got 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna add on from here. So we're gonna lift the legs and then rotate to our back. Reach both arms up, hold this teaser, come back to the forearm, and roll to our sides. So here we go, lift those legs, come all the way up, reach the arm, come back to the forearm, rotate to your hip. Woo! And to your butt. Reach more so to your sacrum here. Balance, teaser, come to that right forearm and onto the right hip. Woo, it's a burner. Lift those legs. Reach the arms. Woo! If straight legs is a little bit too challenging here, you can't quite get to that teaser, just keep the legs bent. It's also awesome. Woo! 2 more. Whew. Last one. Woo, nice job. My left glute med is burning. All right, let's come to our stomachs before we switch. I guess I have to make room for Eve here. Bring your hands right under your shoulders and just press that chest up. Coming to your swan. See if you can come all the way to straight arms. Just opening up the hips, sending that spine into extension. Pressing into your hands, slowly lower all the way down. And again, press into those hands, press up to your swan. Lengthening out those abs before we reset and do the other side. And all the way back down. Just one more swan, press up. And all the way down. Coming onto your left forearm now. left glute med, that outer glute. All right, squeeze those heels together. Squeeze everything towards your center. Reach that right arm up, lift those legs, and lower. Wow, this feels so much easier on this side for whatever reason. Maybe I'm just more connected to my core now or something. Last 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, coming more so onto that left hip now. Legs stay together, reach that arm up. We lift those legs to your teaser, reach both arms up, come to your left forearm, roll onto the left hip. Holy moly, keep those legs floating throughout, no break here. Just really want this to be brutal for all of us. We're all in this together. Ew. Whew. You gotta make noises to get through it. Whatever you gotta do. It's kind of like when the Williams sisters make noises when they serve. When you're doing something really strenuous, if you make a noise, it really is like a nice release. Just, ew! You know, you kind of get more energy. Sure. That's what I think for right now anyway. Last one. Woo! And come on to your hip. Massage out that glute med. And make your way to your stomach one more time. Reaching arms overhead. We're gonna lift arms and legs for swimming. You're gonna alternate lifting opposite limbs higher. So we lift and swim. Right arm, left leg, nice and slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, take a break. Drop your lower legs, whatever they're called, shins, side to side. Just take a moment here. And pressing those hands under your shoulders here, keeping your legs bent. You're gonna press up to kneeling push-up position here. And we've got tricep push-ups, so keeping those elbows in by your sides. Slowly lower down and press. Tricep kneeling push-ups. Pull the core in. Keep your spine in one long line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. So keep that head lifted. You're not dropping into it. Whew, it's hard to do, but do your best. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Press back, child's pose. Coming up to a straddle, seated with legs out wide. Let's just side bend over to the right. Left arm up and over. And switch. And then square your hips off towards that right leg and fold forward, reaching for your foot. Walking through center. Take a moment here in the center, trying to fold forward. Feel that big opening in the inner thighs and hamstrings. Walking those hands over to the left leg, square those hips off and fold forward, reaching for your foot. And swinging those legs around into the mat. Fingertips behind you, facing towards you. Elbows are reaching back for tricep dips here. Lift those hips up. Send the elbows back. We dip. Let's lift our hips in between each tricep dip. Lift hips, lower, and dip. Gets a nice stretch through the front of those shoulders there, opening up the chest. Last 3. Send those elbows back. 2 and 1. Take a break. Shake those wrists out. All right, and now we're gonna do figure 4 dips. So you can have your fingertips now facing out wide. Lifting back up, we're gonna bring left foot over the right leg. We lower those hips and press up. Similar to what we did in our bridges when we started class. Keeping your hips square and parallel with each other. Pressing strong through that right glute and right heel. Lift those hips up. Lower to hover and press. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Extend that leg out wide. Bend it in and wide. In and wide. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the foot and sit down. Lengthen those legs out in front of you. Fold forward, take a stretch. I feel like my hair is really a mess, but hey, no judgment zone. Okay, back to fingertips out wide, lifting up those hips, and we bring right foot over the left, lower to hover, and press up. Keep those hips together. Get that nice glute stretch at least at the bottom there. Last 3, 2, we hold the next one up, extend that leg out wide, bend it in. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Lower down. We're going to come to a kneeling position in the center of your mat. We'll take the left leg out wide, keeping your right hand on your back here, resting, and the left arm is long. You're going to reach for your ankle here, and then up overhead, side bend to the right. Use your core and obliques to come back to center. Reach down for your ankle and overhead, side bend. Up and over. Oh, it's quiet out now. So nice. I feel like usually my background is just birds chirping. It's so lovely. But today it's like tractors screaming. Last 2. Last one, we drop right hand to the mat to reach that left arm overhead. And we're gonna lift that leg now, and we pull in, elbow to knee, and reach. Pull it in and lengthen. Crunch and reach. Last 6. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Hold it out. Of course, we pulse it up. We're really burning out those glute meads today. for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come up through center. We'll switch. Right leg goes out wide. Gosh, Eve is taking over my mat. All right. So right arm out wide, left hand just on your back here. Reach up and over, side bend, and reach for that ankle. Core pulls you up and back through center. This makes me feel like I'm at a concert or something and I'm like, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everyone does that at concerts, right? Just hanging out with myself and my dog. Last 2. Last 1. Keep reaching overhead. Drop that left hand. And we lift the leg. Pull it in, knee to elbow, and reach. I haven't done pilates for more than 30 minutes in a long time. I am whooped, I tell you what. Last 3, 2, we're gonna hold the last one. Pulse that leg up an inch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up through center, nice job. Let's just take some big arm circles going back. Whew. Catching our breath. Still connecting to our core. Draw your ribs down. A little squeezing of the pelvic floor and inner thighs here, just to protect your back and stabilize through your trunk. Switch direction of those circles. Come forward. And then let's just reach overhead and then reach forward. Pull elbows in, reach up, in, reach forward. So it's sort of like, let's grab your fists here. So think about like you're pulling a weight in for a row. Pull those elbows back. And then upright row, pull it down, forward, up, and forward. Really make a tight fist. Intentionally reaching like you're moving through water, like you have weights on. It really adds a lot more resistance. Whew. Whew. Just gotta keep wooing through this class. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1. Nice job. Shake those arms out. Hands to the mat. Press back to a down dog. Lift the right leg nice and high. This is my left leg, whichever one. Doesn't matter. And pull that shin down for pigeon. Ooh, baby. And coming down to your forearms when you're ready. Keeping your weight evenly distributed through your hips here. I've got a nice pillow today. Coming back up to your hands and to your fingertips, just lift nice and high, opening up that right hip flexor, or whichever hip flexor you got here. Press back, down dog. Switch legs, lift nice and high, and pull it in for pigeon. Untuck the back toes. And slowly folding forward to your forearms or forehead. Breathing into the tightness. Hands back into the mat, press back, down dog. Slowly walking your hands to your feet. Grabbing a hold of your elbows, letting the arms and head be heavy. Releasing those arms. Slowly rolling up, soft bend in the knees, pull belly back. Coming all the way up to stand tall. Clasping your hands behind your back. Just extend that spine, open your chest, heart to the sky. Lots of width through the front of the shoulders. And release. Whew, we made it to the end of this longer flow. Thanks for joining me. I was in a mood, but we made it. See you next time.